So we've decided to choose to talk about whether it's worth it to to outsource to Hungary versus staying in Denmark. And we've made our problem to be, we will clarify the difference and thereby the advantages of outsourcing / moving production to Hungary, put up against the classic production countries, i.e. China. So Hungary is a manufacturing country. Traditionally, Hungary has been mainly a farming country, with 50% of their production being farming, mainly in tobacco, wheat, vegetables, fruits, and sugarcane. And now there's also a lot of machinery, like boats and trains and cars. But anyway, 45% of everything that they do is exported. So,
outsourcing Danish companies to Hungary has created 15,000 jobs in Hungary. We can see on this picture all of the Danish companies that have production in Hungary. We can see on this image, it's telling us about the dominating job provider in the area, and we have two Danish companies, Lego and Coloplast. We see with outsourcing to Hungary that the jobs in Hungary are the workers in Hungary are being forced over. They have a unemployment rate of 3.6%, which is really low. Also making that they have a growth of nearly 6% in some years, for example in 2018. They have been growing this exponentially since the finance crisis ended, and that is mostly backed on outsourcing companies to Hungary, especially the German car makers. Hungary is therefore heavily related to the EU and heavily relying on it. If we see, they are heavily relying on the jobs and the freedom of travel. Hungarians are leaving and entering the country at free will. Then we're talking about China, Hungary versus China to be exact. And we see that China is taking a heavy hit. The salaries in China are getting higher, meaning the cost for the companies are getting higher, and they are not a part of the EU, making the logistic agreements a lot harder. And they are also not collected by land, so it is not possible to drive your products.
Hungary is a poor country than Denmark, meaning the cheaper workforce. In Denmark, the average monthly salary is 4,000 euros, which when Hungary it is 1,050 on average. And also the corporate tax is 9% in Hungary and it's 22% in Denmark. And Hungary has a generally repeatedly growth GDP since 2000, with notable expansion following the crisis in 2008 and 2011. The country has been between 2000 and 2009 had significant GDP growth, and is catching up on the rest of the EU countries over the time now on GDP.
To conclude, we have Denmark versus Hungary versus Romania. We see that Hungary is a great bet, but we also recommend to at least consider Romania. Romania is like Hungary in the eastern part of Europe with very low salaries. The main problem with Romania is the lack of English abilities. It is way cheaper to produce in either of these two countries than Denmark, and we do no longer recommend China, as it has grown expensive, as their English level is very poor, and as they are not a part of the EU, and all products will need to be shipped in with water or air.
And then one more thing is that the difference, like why we don't say Hungary anymore, is that their workforce is so, like they're all employed at this point. So that's the main point, and why we started looking into other countries in Eastern Europe for the.
So that's it. Hungary definitely has a place in this world of outsourcing, but you should definitely also consider Romania. Thank you.